Can you find a place like that, the most beautiful place in the world?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Hawaii,
In
on the
Hawaii?
beach,
Mm-hmm.
with palm trees.
Yes.
And the sand is golden yellow
Mm-hmm.
and soft. The waves are just gently lapping up on shore and walking on the edge of where the waves are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Sun is up, the sky is blue.
What did you say?
Oh, the sun is out and the sky is blue.
Yes. No worries in a place like that.
Mm.
Impressions that you have as you come back down to the surface.
It's a place where I guess it would be a matriarchal society where women are more in charge.
Mm-hmm.
I see these women that are warriors.
Yes.
So I'm guessing it's like in Europe somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Thousands of years ago, perhaps.
Yes.
And I see women like sharpening swords
Mm-hmm.
and almost as if we're getting ready to go to battle or something.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell me about the environment? How is it around you?
It's green, it's lush, it's cool. Reminds me of like Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a village. There are huts
Yes.
that people live in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, campfires are going, and people are preparing food.
Yes. And what can you look down at yourself and see what you're wearing?
It's sort of like it's like a leather kind of skirt,
Mm-hmm.
with some like a metal plate
Mm-hmm.
for protection around me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my top is like a tunic,
Mm-hmm.
and I have like almost like chain or something around me for protection.
Yes. Do you wear anything on your
I have a
head?
hood on.
Do you wear
Yeah,
any?
I have a hood on.
Mm-hmm. And so are you carrying a weapon on you?
Sword.
Yes. So what is your occupation? What do you do for a living? On your
I'm like a swordsmith or an iron worker. I make weapons and things out of metal.
Yes. So let's go to look at the outside of where you live. Can you describe how it looks like where you live?
Yeah, it's like a little cabin or hut
Mm-hmm.
made of wood and like how would you call it, like a plaster.
Mm-hmm.
It's small, it's cozy.
Yes.
There's a fireplace and
Yes.
a table in
Mm.
the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
The bed. I have a dog.
You have a
A
dog?
dog.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And do you live with a family? Let's move forward to dinner time. And let's see who comes to the table.
My partner,
Mm-hmm.
um, they're not exactly husbands. They're like they do the hand. I think it's called hand fasting,
Mm-hmm.
where you make commitment just for a year at a time.
Oh, I see.
So my current
Mm-hmm.
partner, I guess you'd say, a few of his friends come along.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a daughter. I don't think it's from him. She's
Yes.
there too. She's a teenager.
Yes. How can you describe her, her hair, her looks?
She's very fair skinned.
Mm-hmm.
She has red hair,
Mm-hmm.
freckles,
Yes.
green eyes.
Mm-hmm.
She's tall. She's really um free spirited.
Yes. And what is her name?
Gwendolyn,
Gwendolyn. And what is your name?
Leticia,
Can you repeat again?
Leticia.
Leticia. And
Mm-hmm.
Leticia, what is the color of your hair?
Kind of a blondish brown.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I usually wear it braided. It's
Mm-hmm.
long.
Yes. And so this man that is there, what does he do for a living?
He's a farmer.
He's a farmer. So
Mm-hmm.
men are just being friends for a year, partners for a year, and they rotate.
Well, if you decide you can make a commitment for a year, there's a ceremony.
Uh-huh.
I believe it's called hand fasting, and you can make a commitment for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the year, you decide if you want to continue or not.
Yes.
We've been together for several years.
Okay. So you have a stable relationship with that man without commitment.
Right.
Yeah. And so what is the religion in this society?
I would say pagan,
Mm-hmm. What do you worship?
mother, the great mother earth,
Mm-hmm.
um, the sky, the sun, the moon,
Yes.
all of nature.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. And all right, so now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to an important day, a day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have moved now forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
Some marauders have come in and stolen stuff from our tribe, our village.
Mm-hmm.
So we women are gathering all of our weapons and we're going to retaliate.
Yes. And so how does it unfold?
We sneak there at night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they're not expecting us women to be so strong.
Yes.
So we're able to get into the village easily. And then we kind of try to attack them once we're in the village. We're able to get our possessions back.
Mm-hmm.
There is bloodshed. We do kill people. Um,
So you kill people?
two of my yes,
Yes.
and two of our women died in this skirmish.
Mm-hmm.
But more of the men from the other side died.
Yeah. All right. So what happens next?
We returned to our village and we held a big celebration
Mm-hmm.
the next day,
And how do you honor the dead?
burning them on a funeral pyre,
Mm-hmm.
releasing their spirits to the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the seeing prior, we also replace things that were important to that person, and also things that'll help ease their transition to the next life.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So what is the belief in the afterlife in that community?
That you return to the great void, and that you do come back, maybe not as a person, maybe as an animal,
Mm-hmm.
but that you do return, that
Yeah.
your soul keeps living on.
So they believe in the reincarnation and the eternity of the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And they are very close to Mother Nature.
Yeah.
So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to another important day, a day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved to another important day. What is happening?
It's the year mark for myself and my partner to decide if we want to continue together or not.
Mm-hmm. So,
We decided to continue. So there's a kind of like a wedding celebration that takes place.
mm-hmm.
So I'm dressed in like a lacy kind of white off-white dress with flowers in my hair.
Mm-hmm.
I, there's only other women from the tribe are helping me get ready.
Yes, beautiful. And how is he?
He's wonderful. He's everything I could ask for.
Mm-hmm. And so, how is the life unfolding together now that you are
Because
committed?
well, we've been discussing having another child.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gwendolyn's father. He is not Gwendolyn's father. Someone else is.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about having a child.
Yes. So let's leave that scene and move on forward to another important day, a day that you consider to be important in this lifetime when something is happening. We have now moved forward to a next important day. What is happening? What do you see?
My partner has died.
How did he die?
Some sort of illness.
Mm-hmm.
It ravaged our village. It killed many people.
Yes. What do you know what kind of illness, what kind of symptoms show up?
Some sort of plague. Vomiting. Um, rash on the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Fever.
Mm-hmm. How did he come to the village?
We aren't sure. No one knows for sure. Some people think it was a curse placed on us by the village that we attacked several years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, did you have a child with your partner?
Yes.
How is the child doing?
All right. He said that his father died.
Yeah. How
And
old is he
yeah,
now?
he's 5.
Mm-hmm. How does he look like?
He has kind of blondish brown hair,
Mm-hmm.
blue eyes,
Mm-hmm.
really large, chubby cheeks,
Mm-hmm.
just a sweet, innocent face.
Yes. So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to the next important day, a day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have moved now forward to the next important day. What is happening now? What do you see?
I'm being not elect. Well, I've been chosen to be the village leader, like matriarch. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
ceremony for me to be like inaugurated into that position.
Yes. And as your responsibility unfolds, can you describe your life and the life of the village?
I dodge if there are disputes between people in the village. They come to me and I hear them out,
Mm-hmm.
and I make a decision. I handle things like being present at births, deaths,
Mm-hmm.
performing ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
There's some religious ceremonies that I have to perform so that the gods and goddesses look favorably upon us.
Mm-hmm. Who are the gods and goddesses that you revere in this community?
There's the Green Man.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Mother Maiden Crone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's Mother Earth,
Yes.
Moon.
Yes.
There's a special tree in our village that we worship, or not really worship, but pay reverence to.
Mm-hmm. What's special about that tree?
The story goes that when our village was started or founded, that tree was just like a sapling. It was very small,
Mm-hmm.
but as it grew, the village is grown in tandem with the village.
Mm-hmm. So that tree represents the growth of the village.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now let's leave that scene and move forward to another important day, a day that you would consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening?
Mm, I have to step down from my position because I'm too old and frail.
Uh-huh. How old are you now?
Over 100,
Wow.
116, 117. I'm not exactly sure, but over 100.
So you had prosperity in your village for a very, very long time.
Yes.
Yes. So now leave that scene and move forward to the last day in the life we are looking at. You can watch it as an observer if you want to. We have gone forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime. We are watching. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm laying on a bed that's adorned with flowers and all kinds of little trinkets like for good luck and to ease my passing into the next life.
Mm-hmm.
And other women from the village are surrounding me and singing and chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's like incense burning. It's all meant to like ease the transition to the next life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's peaceful. I'm not in any pain or anything.
Yes. So now you're expiring. Now, whatever happened has already happened, and you are on the other side of it. How is it? What do you see?
And after death,
Yes. Are you next to your body? Can you see your body laying down?
yeah, I'm floating above it.
Yes. And who is present around you?
My partner who passed away,
Mm-hmm.
um, and my parents,
Mm-hmm.
grandparents, my ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
the earth spirits.
Mm-hmm. So they're, what is happening? Are they going to escort you somewhere?
Um, I guess yeah, I just kind of will join the larger energy field that they're part of.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have like some independence because I can go visit, like let's say my daughter, I can go appear to her if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Not like not haunt people, but I can go visit people and speak to them in their dreams.
So are you making some kind of arrangement?
Um, not yet. I guess just I have to get used to this different energy level first.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's a change from the physical body.
Mm-hmm. So so now that you are on the other side of it, from that position, you can look back at the entire life and see it from a different perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at the life, what did you learn from it?
How to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
How to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
How to be affectionate yet um determined. I could be a mother and a warrior and a
Mm-hmm.
lover all at the same time.
Yes. What do you think? Do you
I
think?
learned how to
Yes. What did you say?
I learned how to like make decisions
Mm-hmm.
and stick to my truth.
Yes. What do you think was the purpose of that lifetime?
To be a strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to be a mother
Mm-hmm.
and a lover and a warrior and embrace all of that.
Yes, embrace multiple roles in one life. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's beautiful. That's very empowering. Now move away from that scene. Leave that person, Leticia, there to continue on her own path. You can move either forward or backward to find another appropriate time and place that information that you need. You are now at another time and place. What do you see? What is happening?
I'm in San Francisco,
Yes,
late 60s.
late 60s, yes.
I'm dressed in like hippie clothes, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I'm in Golden Gate Park, hanging around with a whole group of my hippie friends.
Yes. Happy times?
Yes,
Uh-huh. So, can you describe where you are, the location where you are?
yeah, I think it's Golden Gate Park. We're just sitting in a big grass field.
Mm-hmm.
There's trees around us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with a flower garden or something with an arboretum off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 20 of us sitting around talking.
So what are you guys are talking
Someone's
about?
playing the else,
Mm-hmm.
how we're going to change the world.
Yes. That sounds like a nice plan. What needs to be changed in the world in those days?
The old regime has to go. The
Mm-hmm.
old white men.
Yes, yes, yeah. So what?
There needs to be more freedom
Uh-huh.
to express yourself.
Yes. Who is the president at the time?
Lyndon Johnson.
Yes. How is he perceived?
Not very positively because he still has us stuck in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he signed um the civil um gosh, I can't think of the name of the bill, civil rights, we're all of us are of the opinion that he did because he was sort of forced to, he didn't really want to.
Yes. So in this lifetime, are you male or female?
You know,
Uh-huh. And where do you live? Let's go where you live. Can you describe to me where you live from the outside first?
yeah, it's an apartment building. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
in the Haight Ashbury district.
Mm-hmm.
I live there with like four other people,
Yes.
two girls and two guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's tiny. I share a bedroom with two other girls.
Mm-hmm. So it's
Um,
community living.
yeah,
What is your name?
Rosanna,
Rosanna. And Rosanna, where um do you, how old are you now?
21.
21. That's the perfect age. And so
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing in life besides getting together and discuss freedom and change of the society with your friends? What do you do? Do you go to school? Do you work?
Yeah, I go to school and I work part time at a record shop.
Yes. And what do you study in school?
Political science.
Political science. So politics is a subject that you're very interested in, right?
Yeah, social justice.
Social justice. All right. So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to an important day in Rosanna's life, a day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
We're getting kicked out of our apartment.
Oh, bummer. What happened?
The owner was caught a bunch of us smoking pot, and he said he was fed up with us, these stinky hippies, and so he kicked us out.
Yes. So what happens next?
Well, we all go to a friend's house and crash there until we could find another place to live.
Mm-hmm.
So we find a place pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's good. And so what's happening in your life in those days?
I'm almost ready to graduate from college, so I only have a few classes. And I work at the record store.
Yes.
I have a boyfriend who I've been with for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you know him? Do you recognize him?
no, not, not anyone that I know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
I'm from Oklahoma originally. I moved out here for college.
Yes. How how is life in Oklahoma?
Boring, dull,
Uh-huh.
conservative,
Yes. So which college did you go to in the San Francisco area?
and it's Berkeley.
Wow, that's exciting. Okay, now leave that scene and let's move forward to the next important day in Rosanna's life, a day that you consider to be important where something is happening. We have moved now forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm graduating from college.
Uh-huh.
and my parents and some family from are here, and they're just like like a deer in headlights. They're like, "What is this place?" Um, but yeah, it's a good day. I have a summer job lined up at with a working with a judge in town,
Uh-huh.
sort of almost as a paralegal in a sense.
Uh-huh.
But I want to gain some experience through the courts.
Yeah. So what are you learning that is of significance in this first years of experience with this judge?
We do a lot of civil rights cases.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so finding places that have not kept
Can you repeat, please?
or are not following the civil. Where we like track down or we like take on cases where the Civil Rights Act is not being upheld,
Mm-hmm.
like where there's just discrimination in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's what we do.
All right. So now let's move on forward to an important day, another important day in this life, um, a day that you consider to be important when something is happening. So we now have moved forward to an important day. What do you see? What's happening?
I decided to go to law school,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm studying to take my exams for
Yeah.
LSAT, get into law school.
Yeah. You're going to law school in which university?
I'm gonna try for Stanford.
Yes, Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
Your name is Rosanna. What is your last name?
Williams.
Williams. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Rosanna Williams. And so you are going to law school. So let's move on to see um, how you end up with law school. What happens next?
I get into Stanford and I graduate with honors.
In what year?
And I 1976.
1976. You graduate with honors from Stanford in law school.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens next?
I joined a practice
Mm-hmm.
but that does a lot of civil rights litigation.
Yes.
Um, but it's also the height now of the women's movement. So I
Mm-hmm.
become really interested in the feminist movement as well. I
Mm-hmm.
take on a lot of cases where women are being discriminated against.
Mm-hmm. So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to the next important day in Rosanna Williams' life, a day that you would consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm getting married
Yeah, you're getting married to who?
to Chris.
Chris? What does Chris do for a living?
He's also a lawyer.
Mm-hmm. What is his full
He's
name?
Chris Stevenson.
Chris Stevenson.
Mm.
And do you deal with the similar cases?
No, he's actually a defense attorney.
He's a defense attorney. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But he kind of bonded because he believes that a lot of people that are accused of crimes are really innocent, especially when they're a minority
Yes.
or they're. So that's what his kind of passion is.
Mm-hmm. So let's watch your life unfold with Chris. What happens next after you got married?
Well, we decided not to have kids
Mm-hmm.
because we're too busy with our careers.
Mm-hmm.
We also decided eventually to move out of the city. We
Yes.
still work in the city when we live outside of the city.
So, so where do you live now?
I think it's called Walnut something, Walnut Heights, Walnut.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, we have animals, some
Yeah.
dogs and cats,
Yes.
even a couple horses.
Yeah. So you have like some kind of um a house, a farm. What kind of house?
Yeah, it's a house and with a little like we have a barn in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a couple horses.
Mm-hmm.
We have garden. It's like takes away the stress of the job in the city.
Yes. So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to the next important day in that life with Chris. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening?
Chris is retiring from work.
Yes?
His health isn't great,
Yes.
so he's decided to retire early and just work on the ranch on the farm basically.
How old is he?
56.
Only 56, but he's not doing so well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some heart problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how are you doing?
I'm continuing to work. I'm getting sort of workaholic, so I
Yeah.
don't mind being the breadwinner for a while.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So let's move forward now. Let's move forward to the next important day. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening in Rosanna and Chris's life. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm retiring and packing up my office for
Mm-hmm.
the last time to take everything home.
Wow. How old are you?
And it's 67.
Yes. So you decide to retire and you go and retire with Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Still in the same ranch, same home?
Yeah, same home.
Mhm. And how does the life unfold now? What do you do?
Um, I decided to do some writing on just look for law journals and you know other publications.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Who is the president now?
I think George Bush,
George Bush? Father?
no son.
The son? Mm-hmm. Let's move forward to the last president you've known in that lifetime. We're moving forward to the day where to the time, an important day when it's the last president you've known in that lifetime. Who is the president now?
Barack Obama,
Mm-hmm. How old are you now?
84.
Yes. How is your health doing?
Um, Not bad. I'm just really weak, tired.
Mm-hmm. And what about Chris?
He passed away 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now leave that scene and move forward to the last day in the life of Rosanna we are looking at. You can watch it as an observer if you want to. We have gone forward to the last day of Rosanna's lifetime. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm in the hospital bed,
Mm-hmm.
and some family and friends are around me, and hooked up to the machines, and I think we had cancer or something. And there's nurses coming in and out. Hello? 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 Are you there? Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Do you hear me?
Yes, now I do.
Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. I was asking Rosanna what's going on.
Oh, she's in the hospital bed,
Yes, and
and friends and some family are around,
yes,
and the nurses are coming in and out, and she's
mm,
hooked up to machines, and I think she had cancer or something.
yes. And now we're getting close to your last breath. So what's happening? You're not feeling any sensation, so you can talk about it.
Um, I'm starting to like drift out of my body,
Mm-hmm.
and they see like the white light everybody talks about,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and my grandmother is coming to greet me
Mm-hmm.
and tells me like everything's safe. It just feels very loving and warm.
Yes. So what do you do now?
I go with her, and I do go off, and I just feel like bliss
Mm-hmm.
and joy and unconditional love.
Yes. So what happens when people pass now? What do you can you describe the experience as you just passed?
Oh, I don't have a body anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like consciousness,
Yes.
just like energy, just thought.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all like good thoughts.
Like a dot?
No, it's like yeah, good thoughts.
Mm-hmm. So what happens next?
Um, I just merge with the light.
You're merging with the light. Can you talk about the experience, how it feels like?
Um, Warm and pleasant and
Mm-hmm.
loving.
Yes. Now, whatever happened has already happened, and you are on the other side of it. So, from that position, you can look back at the entire life that you just left and see it from a different perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at the life, what did you learn from it?
How to use my voice,
Mm-hmm.
especially to stand up for people who don't have a voice.
Yes, that's beautiful. Yes. So, what do you think the purpose of that lifetime was?
Um, to learn how to do that and to learn how to use my voice and not
Mm-hmm.
care what other people think.
Mm-hmm. So now you're with the light, you're with source. So how does it work now? What is the next step for you?
It's sort of like training the levels of being on the other side, so I could be reincarnated into another
Mm-hmm.
soul
Do you know what kind of
or okay.
next? Do you know what kind of life you're gonna have next?
No, I don't.
It seems that this life is a parallel life of Brenda's life, isn't it?
Maybe in some ways.
In some ways. So is it is hard for us from this side of the whale to understand time. So it seems like there's parallel timelines, but not a linear way of time. Is that right?
Right.
Uh-huh. So now you moved away from that scene, leaving Rosanna there to continue on her own path. So you can now move either forward or backward to find another appropriate time and place that has information that you need. You're now at another time and place. You have moved to another time and place. What do you see? What's happening?
I'm in the trenches, and it's World War I.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a soldier.
Yes. Are you male? Of
Yeah,
yes. How old are you?
19.
19. And is it the beginning of the war? When is it?
I think the war is about 2 years in.
2 years in. All right. So can you describe the situation you're in at this time?
Yeah, I'm a British soldier,
Mm-hmm.
and we're in the trenches, and we're being attacked. We're trying to move forward, but
Where is your trench located?
but
Where is it located? Do you know where you are in which country?
I can't hear you.
Do you know where you're located? Do you know where the trench is?
Somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Mhm. So what happens next?
There's all kinds of like trying to bomb us out. So we just dig in deeper.
Mhm.
We're waiting for reinforcements to come.
Yes.
Um, Planes drop bombs on their side so we can move forward.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to wait for the reinforcements to come. We just have to hold steady until they come. Hello? Hello? Are you there?
What's
Are you
up?
there?
Can,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yes, she's very faintly.
What's happening next? Hello?
Yes, I can barely hear you.
What's happening next?
It's starting to get dark and the reinforcements haven't come yet. So we might have to stay here for the night,
Mm-hmm.
which no one wants to do. But we may not have a choice.
Yes. So let's move forward from that scene. Let's move forward a little bit to the next important moment, next important day in that life. A day that you consider, or a moment that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to the next important moment in that life. What's happening? What do you see?
We've gotten news that the war is over.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is like just screaming and jumping and shouting and
Yes.
laughing and hugging each other.
And how you okay? Have you done okay with the war?
Yeah, I took a bullet to the arm, but it didn't, it was like in the medics for like a short time, and yeah, then I went back out.
Mm-hmm. So you were able to heal nicely?
hmm
Mm-hmm. What's your name?
Thomas Berenger.
Thomas Berenger? Mm-hmm.
hmm
And Thomas, what do you do now after the war? Now you're leaving the war front, you're going back home?
hmm
Okay, so let's move
I
forward to
could
when you're back home.
go back to Birmingham, England.
You're from Birmingham. Oh,
hmm
okay. So now you're 21 years old, right?
hmm
Yes. So what's coming next in your life? What do you do now, Thomas?
Well, I get back. I have a girlfriend back home,
Yes.
so we get married,
Mm-hmm.
and I start working in a factory in town.
Yeah. So what do you do there?
It's a shoe factory. We make shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I work the machine into the shoe patterns.
Yes. So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to an important day in Thomas' life. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
It's the birth of our first child,
Beautiful. What's his name?
Robert.
Robert. Mm-hmm. So you must be ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm smoking a cigar
Mm-hmm.
and having a drink with my buddies to
Yes.
celebrate.
Uh-huh. So tell me more
Because
about your life now.
I'm a manager at the shoe factory,
Mm-hmm.
which is okay. I mean, it's a decent job. It pays well. It supports my family.
Yes.
Um, and those are the guys I work with.
Mm-hmm. So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to another important day. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
Our second child is being born.
Wow. Yeah.
The
What's
girl,
it's a girl.
Alice.
Alice? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's any changes in your life now?
My father passed away last year, and that was tough because I was really close with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of, my mother is moving in with us.
Mm-hmm. So you're taking care
Like,
of your mother with your
mm-hmm,
wife. Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
What's the
And
name
she
of your
helped
wife? What's the name of your wife?
Loretta.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And can you can you talk about your relationship with her?
Yeah, we have a good relationship. She's a great housewife.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she cooks really well.
Mm-hmm.
She's supportive of me.
Yes.
Um, we talk about all kinds of things. She's really funny. We laugh a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to the next important day in that life. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. So we have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening now?
My third child is born.
Okay. And what is it now? A boy or a girl?
A boy,
Uh-huh. What's his
David.
David? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's and how many um so now you have three kids.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happening in your life now?
Well, my mother is living with us, and it's caused a bit of some strife
Mm-hmm.
because her health is getting, or she has like dementia or something,
Yes.
and so she's not able to really do much around the house, and it's hard to take care of the three kids, plus take care of her.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now let's move forward a little bit. Let's move forward to the next important day, a day that you consider to be important when something is happening. So we now have moved forward to another important day. What do you see? What's happening?
My mother's funeral,
Uh-huh. What year is that?
1942.
Mm-hmm. 1942. So what's going on in the world now?
There's another war going on,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm
And
not in it this time.
yes, how old are you now?
I'm in my 40s.
Okay, so people in their 40s don't have to go to war?
Not now.
Not now.
I'm too old.
That's a relief for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to the next important day, a day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forwards to an important day. What's happening now?
It's Loretta and I's 50th wedding anniversary,
Mm-hmm.
and our friends have thrown us a big party.
Yes. How many children do you have now?
Yep, just the three.
The three. So you stopped at three, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the 50 years anniversary with your wife.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what year are we on in?
1966.
1966. Mm-hmm. So you must be, so how old are you now? 66, you were 19
I'm
in
in my 60s, I think.
mm-hmm. So now let's leave that scene and move forward to the last day in the life we are looking at. We can watch it as an observer if you want to. We have gone forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime we are watching. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm sitting in my chair smoking a pipe and
Mm-hmm.
I just get this pain in my chest
You have a pain in your chest? Yeah.
and it gets worse and worse and it feels like something's crushing my chest
Mm.
and I pass out.
You will not have any physical sensation. You can talk about it without any pain. So what's happening next?
I fall out of the chair
Mm-hmm.
and my wife comes running in and she's called freaks. She's scared. She's crying and screaming
Mm-hmm.
and she calls the ambulance.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the ambulance comes in, but I'm already dead.
Oh, you're already dead. You passed, so you passed over a heart attack.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. So now whatever happened has already happened, and you are on the other side of it. From that position, you can look back at the entire life of Thomas and see it from a different perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at the life, what did you learn from it?
How to be a stable provider for my
Mm-hmm.
family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how to be a good friend, a good manager at work,
Mm-hmm.
have good relationships with people.
Yes. What do you think was the purpose of that lifetime?
Mm, to serve this time, to serve my country,
Mm-hmm.
to be a good husband, a good father,
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah.
good son.
Yes. Okay. Now let's drift away from that life. We're drifting and floating away from that life, leaving Thomas there to continue on his own journey. He will find peace. He will find what he's supposed to find. We're leaving him there to continue on his own journey. He will find peace. He will find whatever he's supposed to find. We are leaving him there to continue on his own path. Now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Brenda to once again return to the body and fully integrate back into the body. May I speak to Brenda's subconscious, please?
Yes,
I have permission to speak to Brenda's subconscious?
yes,
I respect the power of the subconscious because I know the subconscious takes care of Brenda's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that has ever happened to Brenda in this lifetime and all the other lifetimes she has ever lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious and I always ask for permission to speak to it and ask questions. Do I have permission to ask questions?
yes.
I know the subconscious could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Brenda to see today. You first chose to bring forward the lifetime of Leticia for her to see. Why did you pick that lifetime?
I wanted to show her that she can be strong too
Mm-hmm.
as a woman and that she can, there are no limits. I mean, that she can be strong, she can be soft as like a mother,
Mm-hmm.
passionate as a lover. I mean, that she can be whatever she wants to be.
Yes. So what does it have to do with her life now?
She's just training herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Okay,
made
you
herself small.
mm-hmm. So you chose also to bring forward the lifetime of Rosanna for her to see. Why did you pick that lifetime?
To show her that she can use her voice
Mm-hmm.
for herself and for others.
Yes.
and to not be afraid to use her voice.
Mm-hmm. And what does it have to do with her life now?
She's afraid to speak her truth.
Mm-hmm.
She always has been.
Yes. And finally, you chose to bring forward the life of Thomas for her to see. Why did you pick that lifetime?
Just to remind her about relationships and having good relationships with people.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And how,
She's been
yes? Can you,
she's been isolated for a while.
yes? And so, what does it have to do with her life now?
Mm,
Do you hear me?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I do.
So, subconscious, what does it have to do with her life now?
Oh, she's been isolated.
She's been isolated now, but she was not before.
Oh,
Is that no?
no, she wasn't isolated before, but now she is.
Yes. So there's something that has happened in her life, a shift in her life recently.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain to us what's going on?
Yes, she still has a lot of emotional blockages
Mm-hmm.
that are causing physical symptoms,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, a lot of it's childhood stuff that was buried from childhood
Yes.
that was triggered by stuff that has happened to her recently.
Mm-hmm. So earlier this year, Brenda was diagnosed with what the Western medical community calls multiple system atrophy. She believes that she unconsciously manifested these symptoms. But what is the root cause of this condition?
Fear. She was living in fear for a long time.
Uh-huh. And that fear, can it be healed?
Oh yes,
And can this illness she has now be healed?
oh yes,
It
and
can. And how, if so, how can we do that for her now? What steps do we need to take for Brenda to be healed and rid of the fear?
well, she found another healer who started working with, who was going to be very helpful for her.
Yes.
So she should continue with that.
Mm-hmm. And how can you alleviate the fear now, today? Can you do something about it today?
You can tell her she's safe, that it's going to be okay,
That she's safe and everything's going to be okay?
that she's God of her reality. She's more powerful than she knows.
Can you repeat? I would ask for the spirit team to please improve our communication. I had a disconnect, so I'd like Brenda to repeat, not Brenda, the subconscious to repeat these answers.
She's the God of her reality. She creates her reality. She's more powerful than she knows. So she has nothing to fear.
She has nothing to fear, so she created her own reality. So,
Mm-hmm.
so besides the healer, what kind of healing can you provide for her today?
I can relieve some of the symptoms.
Okay, can we do that? I would be
Yes,
fantastic and we would be very appreciative, subconscious. How are you going to do that? How are you going to alleviate the symptoms?
by removing some of the energy blocks,
Yeah. And can you walk?
dissolving them.
Yes. Could you start with the throat so we can have a good communication?
Yes,
Please. We could do that now. That would be great. Thank you, subconscious.
I'm happy to.
Mm-hmm. Is it working now?
I don't know if you hear a difference.
I think I'm going to hear more graves now. Subconscious, I want to
Yeah.
thank you for doing this intervention. Can we give,
Oh, what did you say? You're going to hear more what now?
what, can you repeat, please?
You said you're going to hear more what now?
More of the low tone in her voice,
Oh, yes, maybe I.
mobilizing more of the right. I hear more depth in her voice right
Okay.
now. And it would be nice that she reverts to the voice she had before so that I could hear her very well. But I
Yes,
do,
I would like to hear a more powerful voice.
yes, more powerful, working on her throat chakra as well. How is her,
Yes.
how are her chakras doing? Could you please improve the communication? There are energy interferences right now. So it would be great if the spirit team would help with the connection. Subconscious, can I continue with
Mm-hmm.
my questions
Yes.
as you healing, alleviating Brenda's symptom? How long would it take for the symptoms to go away?
I would say 6 months at the most for all of them to go away.
6 months at the most. So everything is reversible right now.
Yeah, it is. It's all energetic.
It's all energetic blockage, nothing to do with the diagnosis she got.
No.
So this,
Western medicine Western medicine doesn't know what's going on anyway.
yes. So and she's taking a lot of medications for this condition. What do you think about it, subconscious?
I I wanted to take her for them slowly.
Slowly taper off. Thank you for the advice, subconscious. When Brenda listens to this recording, she will know what to do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
how how is her healing going?
It's good. She got some good news today that she's going to start physical therapy again.
Mm-hmm. So
So
that's great.
that's, yeah.
Yeah. And how is it working for all the bladder control and motor control and all that kind of thing? How is it gonna work?
It's going to slowly get better.
Yes.
But I also want her to start thinking. We've got to change her thinking. I want her to start thinking,
Mm-hmm.
things like my legs are stronger every day, positive thoughts.
Positive affirmations. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So she should say positive affirmations. My legs are getting stronger every day. And
Right.
can you help with healing the childhood traumas that have
Yes, I
caused
can.
that? Yes. So let's do it now. Do we need the help, or can you do that on your own, subconscious?
I'd like some help.
Who should we ask for?
Maybe Archangel
Raphael?
Raphael.
Raphael. So yes, let's call in Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael, please. We're calling in Archangel Raphael to help Brenda's subconscious in removing all childhood traumas that have been the cause of her illnesses. Subconscious, do you see Archangel Raphael by your side? Do
Mm-hmm. Yes.
you feel his presence?
Yes.
Okay, so now please, Archangel Raphael and subconscious, could you work at removing all the blocks, all the energy blocks that have been impairing Brenda in the last few years?
Yes.
Thank you, both of you, for this intervention. This is going to be wonderful. Can this be done within a session, or would this have to be continued in the next few days?
I can continue over the next few days.
Yes. How long would it take for Brenda to see a difference?
Oh, probably within a week.
Okay, this is wonderful to hear. So you talk about Brenda's fears and childhood trauma, but Brenda has suffered from anxiety and depression for a good part of her life. And lately she has really been plagued by fear and negative thinking, like you said. What is at the heart of these difficulties? Only the childhood traumas?
That's a big part of it, but no, there's other stuff as well.
What are the other stuff that have been contributing this to this mood problems?
Not speaking her truth,
Not speaking her truth.
not following what her heart has told her to do or what she wanted to.
Mm-hmm. It's actually part of my next question for Brenda. Thank you, subconscious, because I would like to ask you, Brenda has never really been fully satisfied with any of the jobs or career path she has chosen up until now. What is the best career path for her to follow, where she feels fulfilled, happy, adequate, compensated, and like she's making a difference in the world? For for her, is her life purpose or calling the same as her career? And if not, what is it? Can you tell us, please, subconscious?
Well, Brenda she's got a talent for writing,
Mm-hmm.
so she needs to do more writing.
Yes. Can you just help her hands be better for writing?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So so she knows that this is her mission is to write, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's afraid that she won't make a good living at it, but she will.
She will. She will be fulfilling her purpose by writing.
Yes,
Yes.
she has lots of stories to tell.
That is wonderful. I'll make sure she hears that from you in the recording. A great great grandfather on a
Oh,
father's
I also wanted to say,
yes,
I think she needs to get involved in film some way,
in film.
documentaries or maybe films about empowering women.
Uh-huh.
Because this is something with her in that area as well.
Okay. So she needs to be involved in film documentaries and empowering women and writing. So she that's better for her than psychology, right?
Yeah, so she can use her psychology in that.
Yeah.
But she's not, one-on-one therapy isn't for her. She needs a bigger stage.
Yes. That's why she always had the calling that she was destined for great things.
Mm-hmm.
So you agree with that?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, thank you,
Super
subconscious.
talented.
Yeah, she's very talented. Thank you, subconscious, for reminding her. Um, a great great grandfather on her father's side of the family was a faith healer, practicing what she believes was called Xerai in Xerai in German. People would bring their sick farm animals to him, and he would heal them. He was going to pass this gift down to his daughter, Brenda, great grandmother, but she refused it. Is this healing gift still available, sort of, so to speak?
Yes,
And if so, can it be passed on down to Brenda?
yes.
Yes. What would she need to do to accept it, and how to use it? She should be using it.
She should have like regular conversations with her great grandfather,
Yes.
like daily,
So
and be a journal with them if possible.
mm-hmm. So she
And
would do like in a meditation.
yes, like in a meditation,
Yes, and she would
get quiet
communicate
and
with her grandfather, a great great grandfather,
mm-hmm,
and have a conversation with him, and he would pass it on to her.
yes, and he'll give her the guidance she needs.
You would guide her on how to use it.
Mm-hmm,
Mm.
yes, when she establishes a relationship with him, he'll give her the guidance. She'll know when he's communicating with her.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are you still continuing to working on her voice and other symptoms?
Yes,
Yes. Thank you, Raphael. Thank you, subconscious. Never in her life did Brenda think she would develop alcoholism, especially after drinking completely normally and socially for roughly 15 years. And it caused her to lose almost everything in her life that was important to her, a fiance, a career, a housing, and she had to file for bankruptcy on top of that. What was the purpose of that experience? Why did she have to go through that?
Because if she hadn't gone through that, she wouldn't have discovered that she really is the architect of her own reality.
Oh.
That she's recently discovered the teachings of Neville Goddard, and he's a great spiritual leader.
Mm-hmm.
And she found him through this experience.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't have found him otherwise.
Yes, I see. And was it a purposeful that we have this session now, Brenda and I?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Was that on purpose that we have to wait for today to have the session?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Is that going to make a big difference in her journey now?
Yes, it will.
Yes. And so right now, Brenda is still suffering from the repercussion of that experience of losing everything, um, like, for example, legally and financially. Is she ever going to bounce back from this and have a happy, healthy, fulfilling, abundant life?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
That's most certainly.
most certainly, yes. Um, so, how is it going to happen? Can you let her see through her eyes how it's going to unfold? Can you give her a glimpse of it?
Yes, she will set some powerful intentions
Mm-hmm.
to have certain people or certain experiences come into her life. And they'll come, they'll appear. The
Yeah.
right people, the right time, the right places.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna
So,
write something that'll get the attention of someone pretty important.
mm-hmm. How long is she gonna stay where she's staying right now?
Less than a year.
Mm-hmm. Is she gonna be able to start developing her gifts from there?
Yeah, she can write from here. Yeah, yes,
Yes.
definitely.
And are they gonna help her taper the medicine, or are they gonna get in the way?
She'll be able to do it really on her own at first.
Mm-hmm.
It's doable.
Yes. Can you help with the breathing?
Yes, I can help with that.
Yes. Thank you, subconscious. Ever since her childhood, she has been fascinated by the arts, especially acting, singing, music, fashion design, interior design. For years, she dreamt of being an actress, a rock star, some sort of designer. She sometimes regrets not taking that path, as she still finds herself enamored with these topics. Is this something she should pursue in some form, or can you explain to her how these feelings came along?
Yeah, she was always destined for like a bigger stage, a bigger arena. She likes getting a message out to a lot of people at once.
Mm-hmm. So
Um,
will she be able to achieve that in this lifetime?
yes, she will.
Mm-hmm.
She she can she'll be able to sing with the band if she wants to. I mean, it may not, even if it's not a career, she can do all those creative, artistic things.
Yeah. But that would be wonderful to help have a voice back.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. And when do you see that happening, subconscious?
Over the next few years,
Mm-hmm. Also,
for
since
the voice,
yes, a
the
recovery.
voice back or for the band?
Mm-hmm.
Which did you mean?
What did you say?
Which did you mean? What? How soon I see what happening?
No, I was gonna say how long it's gonna take for her to get this voice, but you said a few years.
Oh,
Uh,
oh no, I mean, no, I was referring to like getting involved with music.
yeah, but having the voice to sing.
Yes. A
But
couple months.
a couple of
Like,
months. Yeah, so she can practice singing again.
mm-hmm.
Yes, so in a couple of months, her voice is going to be back to normal, right?
Yeah, maybe sooner even.
Oh, that would be great because that's an encouragement to gain back again a mode of communication now that she could get rid of all this childhood trauma and fears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're still working on it with Raphael, right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Raphael. Thank you, subconscious. Also, since her youth, Brenda has been extremely interested in anything occult, metaphysical, or supernatural, which totally went against her conservative Lutheran upbringing. What is the significance of this, if any? Does Brenda have latent or buried psychic talents or abilities?
Yes, she does.
What so how can she best uncover and learn to use them? What talents does she have?
Well, she needs to start regularly meditating,
Mm-hmm.
like daily.
Daily meditation, and what will she discover?
That once she quiets her mind, she'll be able to hear other voices, she'll be able to pick up on stuff.
Mm. So she'll be able to channel.
If she wants to, yes.
Would that be useful for the books she has to write?
Yes, it could help a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Would she get automatic writing?
Yes.
Okay, so she can practice with that too. Mm. Yeah. Brenda doesn't feel that she has been very successful with committed romantic relationships, and she knows a lot of it has to do with her fears of abandonment. Do you validate this thinking?
Yes, that was one of her childhood wounds.
Yeah, okay. So is that wound gone now?
It's being healed.
Yes. Are there any other reasons for her difficulties in this area?
No, just that she had another purpose in life.
Oh,
I mean, she wasn't. She will find someone. Actually, there is someone
there's someone out
in
there for
mind.
her? Mm-hmm.
Like, someone she knows right now.
Yeah, what's his name?
His name's Tom McNally. She used to work with him.
Okay. And so she will reconnect with him?
They've reconnected once already,
Mm-hmm.
and just at the timing just needs to be right. He's just gotten divorced.
Uh-huh. Is getting a divorce, and that gives Brenda time to recover from her symptoms.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
he needs to get his head on straight. But he will.
You
He
will.
hasn't forgotten about her. He thinks about her all the time.
Yeah. So I'm really thankful for you giving this perspective to Brenda, and I'm also very thankful for you to removing all the origin of her symptoms and making these symptoms go away. These
She
symptoms that
needs to love herself. She
yeah,
needs to still love herself.
to love herself, to get rid of those fears, to speak a voice, and all those kind of things, right?
Right.
How many past lives has Brenda lived here on Earth? And is there any specific that she learned from that would help in this lifetime besides the three you showed her today?
She's lived 54 lives here on Earth.
Yes, 54. That's a bunch. And
Yes.
what are did you show her the most important at this time?
For right now, yes, but
Yeah.
I can gradually show others if the
Yeah.
time is right.
She will see them when in meditation or in session?
Both.
Both. Will we have more sessions, Brenda and I?
I think you should have a few, yes.
Yes. What lessons does she still have left to learn on the earth plane?
Well, simple, we've already talked about. Self-love is a big one.
Yes, self-love, yes.
Owning her own power.
Owning her own power, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And is it possible that she can achieve that in the rest of this life?
She can make good progress on it.
Yes. Have Brenda lived lives on other planets, in other galaxies?
Yes.
What is a star family?
No serious
She's
star.
she's from the series. Which one? A, B? Which one?
B.
B. Which one? She's from Wizen. She's from Neckar. Where is she from?
Neckar.
She's from Neckar like me?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
And where is her avatar right now?
somewhere out in space.
Somewhere in space in the spaceship?
Yeah, floating around, exploring.
Yeah. So is she a volunteer?
Yes.
Yes, she's a volunteer from that wave, from the 1 billion Syrian wave.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And what is her planetary mission?
To help usher in this new 5D.
To go to help people go in 5D. Do like the
Yes.
yes. And talking about that, what can you tell her um, about um, what is important for her to do now as a Syrian star seed?
To reconnect, well, if she can, with meditation,
Mm-hmm.
reconnect with that,
Mm-hmm. Who is waiting
and also
on? Who is waiting for her in Neckar?
being an older woman. I'm not sure who it is.
There's is she a male or female in Neckar? In
It's an she's a female.
yes. So there's a female, another female waiting for her in Neckar.
Yeah, an older female. Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah.
who it is.
Maybe a parent, maybe
Yeah, it could be a family member.
a family member. Yeah. And so so she chose to incarnate on Earth to fulfill the mission of 5D. Um, how is our body going to be ready for the transition from 3D to 5D?
Well, this what she's going through now is like a purging process.
So she's in a purging mode right now. That's what the symptoms are
Mm-hmm.
from.
Yes.
Okay. So that's not an illness. That's actually
No.
symptoms. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, she's having ascension symptoms, and so this diagnosis is and this prognosis were nonsense, weren't they?
Yeah. Western medicine doesn't understand energy.
Yeah. Is she gonna be benefit from the med beds?
Oh yes, she would if. Yeah, that'd be great.
Can you send her? Can you send her to the ship for regeneration?
Sure.
Why don't you do that, please? Could you do that during the night?
Yeah, I would be happy to.
Okay, because she gives you permission. Brenda is giving you permission. I know she wants the med beds. She wants to recover fully to be ready to help and hold her mission uh, at the time of the shift. Do you confirm the shift time?
Mm-hmm, I do.
When is it?
December 21st of this coming year, or
Of this
well,
coming year?
2020.
Okay, so she is getting ready for that. So her body is going to be ready for this?
It will be, yes.
Yes,
Or very close to it, yes.
yes. When is she going to go from carbon based to crystalline body?
I'd say in the next year sometime.
Okay, so after the shift? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, possibly after.
Mm-hmm. And I thought that there were people getting that at the shift.
There are some that will get it afterwards as well.
Yes. And what's happening with the 5D? The people going to 5D, are they going to stay here or are they going to go to another planet?
Eventually another planet, but for now the plan is to stay on Earth and move Earth's population to a higher frequency.
To higher frequency. So, is there a reason why Brenda was relocated?
I just thought her talent would be needed here.
She's needed where she is now.
Mm-hmm.
How she's going to help the other people in the center, the assisting living facility? How she's going to
With the
help them?
writing fever.
What did you say?
Oh, in general, she's gonna help with the transition through her
Mm-hmm.
writing, through her speaking,
Yeah.
telling her story.
Yes. So she's going to start talking to people in the facility?
Oh, not here necessarily. Here
Mm-hmm.
it's just there's a way for her to see, almost like a sabbatical.
No, I see. So that's a break. She's just having a break.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have to do any household chores. She's taken care of.
Exactly.
So that's good for her. Okay.
Because
But
then,
slowly her symptoms are going to recede, right?
yes, I need
Mm-hmm.
to purge this before going further.
Yes. How is it going to be for her, the broadcast? How she's going to live through the broadcast?
Mm. She'll make it. I mean, she's she's strong enough.
She's strong enough? Is there anything that's going to be done to help for people to go through the broadcast?
Yes, the Syrians, there'll be like light transmissions that
Mm-hmm.
will be downloaded that people can download into their bodies, into their energy bodies. That
Mm-hmm.
will help.
Yes. So when is it going to be this broadcast?
Mm, I am not sure of the date.
But is it going to be before or after election day?
Mm, I think after
Yeah. So do you imagine it would be more likely to be in November or in December?
November.
November. So it's not going to impact Brenda's body. It's going to, she's going to be fine.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Yes. How is her healing going?
It's coming along. It
Mm-hmm.
just has to. She just gotta change her way of thinking.
Yeah. She has to change her way of thinking. Can
That's
you
gonna
give
help
her
a
a
lot.
little bit of a boost, like to her to really realize how wonderful life is going to become?
Yes, I can do that.
Can you show her a little bit? Can you show her a glimpse of it?
I can.
Okay, okay. Tell me what you're showing her so I can participate. I'd love to see myself, but I can't. So I'd love you to.
Well, and she's actually seen some of these visions already in her imagination.
Uh-huh.
Because imagination is all is reality.
Imagination is
Creative
reality. Okay.
consciousness is all it is.
Mm-hmm. That's all there is. She's doing
This,
a great
this,
job. She's doing a great job with connecting with you.
this world this 3D world is a hologram. It's
Uh-huh.
not real.
It's
The
not
only
real.
reality is consciousness.
Uh-huh.
So she's had visions of um giving talks about the books that she writes,
Mm-hmm.
like going on like they've shown her the scene where she's at Books and Coral Gables,
Uh-huh.
talking about her book she's written.
Uh-huh. I've known Brenda for a long time, and Brenda was is a very friendly and welcoming person, and um, it's always been so for me to see that she's isolating herself. It didn't seem to me like Brenda, so I'll be glad to see the Brenda that I know again.
Oh yeah, she's there. She just has to kind of go in hibernation for a while.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I realize now that we got together because we were two Syrians.
Well,
It's interesting to know how people connect. Do you think they connect because they are star seeds from the same origin?
oh definitely.
Yes, yes. And is there
They
any? Yes.
they can sense it. I mean, the conscious mind doesn't sense it, but the subconscious does.
Oh, I see. So that's why we were getting closer. That's why we were being
Mm-hmm.
friends, and I'm glad we are friends and we stayed connected. This is wonderful to be working together today on this and connecting with you, subconscious.
Yes.
Subconscious, is there anything we didn't talk about that you would like to tell Brenda right now?
Just to trust, to have patience, trust in the universe. I mean, trust in her own consciousness, trust in
Mm-hmm.
her power as a creator.
Yes.
She can create whatever reality she wants.
Yeah. And I'm glad she took the courage to have that session because she was afraid. She was nervous about it, but it's all good. And I had that face for her. So it's perfect.
And what you had what?
I had that faith for her
Oh
that this
yes,
was going to be good for her.
yes.
Yeah.
I think at some level she knew this, but
Mm-hmm.
she's let fear take over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we need to get rid completely of that tendency of having fear.
Mm-hmm.
Is you think it's going to be gone from now on?
It's gonna lessen gradually.
Mm-hmm. So, how many times should she listen to the tape when I'm going to give her the recording?
I'd say once a day.
Once a day she should listen. Okay. So I'm going to work diligently to have it ready for her as soon as I'm done. So, is there anything that I can do or that I need to know today in how to help Brenda in the future?
Maybe the things you can do to remind her that she is the creator of her reality and that her thoughts create.
Mm-hmm.
So she should think on what she wants to create,
Mm,
not on what she doesn't want to create.
yes. Okay. Yeah. The belief and her thoughts manifest reality.
Exactly.
And she's very powerful. So she has the power to do a lot of things, including creating symptoms.
Yes, yes.
Yes, all right. So it's very important because I've noticed that people that suffer from anxiety are people that have a very strong, powerful manifestation power, a very strong manifestation power, people that suffer from anxiety. Am I right?
Yes, yes. Uh, I know it's a cliche that we see mental illness and genius often overlap, but they often do. Because
Yes.
sometimes when people have great gifts, they're not sure how to use them because they don't fit into society.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Like it's like hearing voices is actually being connected with the other side.
Right?
Yeah, it's not a mental illness at all.
And no, we've made so many things illnesses that aren't illnesses, and the body has an incredible way of self healing, but we intervene too fast
Mm-hmm.
with drugs and with surgery. And if we just let the body do what it needed to do, it would heal.
Yes. Yes. Well, this has been very interesting. And do you have any message for me?
Yes, thank you. And I hope I remember I hope you stay in contact with Brenda and that you reconnect.
Of
I'll
course,
let
of
you.
course, of course. And I'll definitely, if she wants to do another session, I'll help her out. It's a pleasure to communicate with you, subconscious, and I hope that Brenda is rid of her symptoms sooner than later. So, how is her body going now?
She's getting tired.
She's getting tired. So it's time for us to say goodbye then, I guess. So
Yes,
now, I thank you very much, subconscious. So now I'm
you're
asking
welcome.
subconscious to recede to where it belongs with much love and much thanks for the help and information it has been given Brenda today. I know she is really going to appreciate it. Thank you very much, subconscious. Thank you very
You're
much,
very welcome.
Archangel. And
Thank you
thank
to
you,
you.
Archangel. Thank you, Archangel Raphael, as well.